The doorbell rang. I got up slow. My knees cracked. I opened the door. My son stood there, smiling wide. Next to him, her. Her face stopped me cold. 20 years gone in 1 second. Same eyes, same smile. Emily. She wore a neat white blouse, simple jeans, a ring on her finger, my son's hand holding hers. "Dad," he said, full of pride, "this is Emily." "My fiancée." My chest froze, the air thick. Her name burned. Emily, not a stranger, not just my son's fiancée. My Emily, my first love. My mouth went dry. I forced a smile. I shook her hand. Her skin soft, colder than I remembered. "Nice to meet you," I said. My voice cracked. It didn't sound like mine. She held my eyes a second too long. Recognition. Sharp. Clear. She knew who I was. She knew everything. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. She turned to my son. "Hi, Mr. Hall," she said. Smooth voice. Too smooth. My son grinned. "Dad, isn't she perfect?" He looked at me, waiting. I nodded once. "Perfect," I said. Inside, the living room smelled of coffee and dust. She sat on the couch. My son sat close. I stayed in the chair. They talked about wedding plans, flowers, church, date. I didn't hear most of it. I only watched her. Every blink took me back. Every smile ripped me open. The fairground, the Ferris wheel, the kiss behind the bleachers. The night she whispered, "I'll never leave you." And then she left. No word, no reason, vanished. Now she sat here, next to my son, with his ring on her finger, with his name on her lips. I gripped the chair arms, knuckles white. My heart beat like it did 50 years ago. This time, it wasn't love. It was something darker. She looked at me once more, brief, sharp. Her eyes said it all. "Don't." I looked away. My son laughed at something. She laughed too, but her hand trembled when she lifted her glass. That was the moment I knew this wasn't just coincidence. It was something else, something bigger, and it was going to destroy us all. The table was set, meatloaf, potatoes, bread, wine breathing in the glass. I sat at the head, my son on the right, Emily across from me. I tried to cut the meatloaf. The knife slipped. My hand shook. I put it down. My son grinned. "Feels good, doesn't it, Dad?" Finally, family at the same table. He reached for her hand. She let him. Her ring caught the light again. I stared. Too long. She noticed. She slid her hand back, tucked it under the table. "So," I said, forcing my voice even. "Where are you from, Emily?" She dabbed her napkin. Small, polite smile. Midwest. Small town. Moved a lot. Nothing special. I leaned forward. "Which town?" Her eyes flickered. She sipped wine. "Just small." You wouldn't know it. I did know it. I knew every inch, every streetlight, every corner where we kissed. "Family still there?" I pressed. She cut into her potatoes. Didn't look up. "Some. Not close." Her voice flat. "Prepared." My son cut in. "Dad, she's private." "Don't grill her." He laughed, poured more wine. "She hates talking about hometown stuff." I didn't laugh. I kept watching her. She didn't meet my eyes. Not once. But then, for a second, she did. Sharp. Direct. Her stare said everything. "Don't." I leaned back, picked up my fork, pushed food around, didn't eat it. My son poured wine into my glass. "To new beginnings," he said. He raised his glass high. "To family?" I clinked glasses. Emily clinked too. Her fingers shook. The wine rippled. We drank. Silence after. Too long, too heavy. Finally, I asked, "How did you two meet?" My son smiled big. "At the hospital. She works admin there. Helped me after my checkup." I asked her out. Best decision I ever made. I looked at her. She smiled on cue, eyes dead. "Yeah," she said. "Best." I tightened my grip on the fork. The metal bent under my hand. My son didn't see, but she did. And she didn't flinch. She held my stare, tears almost there, but she swallowed them down. The meatloaf sat untouched on all our plates. I was 18. Hot summer, county fair, Ferris wheel lights spinning over the field, music from the rides, laughter, Emily's hand in mine, soft, warm, her smile brighter than the lights. We walked past cotton candy stands, past the carousel, past the games. She tugged me behind the bleachers, dark there, quiet. The air smelled of grass and dust. We kissed, fast, hungry, her breath against my cheek. She whispered, "I'll never leave you." I believed her. We carved our initials into a bench. M+E. Forever. That's what we said. Nights after, we drove the back roads, windows down, music loud, her head on my shoulder, her laughter filling the truck. I told her everything, my dreams, my fears. She listened like no one ever had. She swore I was her only. We made plans, marriage after school, kids, cabin by the lake, simple life. Then one morning, she was gone. No call, no letter, her house empty, curtains pulled, yard overgrown. Neighbors shrugged. They moved fast. No forwarding address I searched. Bus station, nothing. Gas station clerk shook his head. No tickets, no goodbye. I drove for hours looking, every diner, every motel, asked everyone I knew. No one saw her. Weeks passed, then months. I checked the bench at the fairgrounds. M+E still carved, but it meant nothing. I hated her. I loved her. I cursed her name at night. I dreamed her face every morning. For years, she stayed with me. Every girl I dated after, none matched her. None were her. I carried her ghost. Through college, through work, through marriage, through raising my son, I told no one, not my friends, not my wife, not even myself out loud. And now, she sits in my house, at my table, wearing my son's ring, smiling like nothing happened. The ghost was back, alive, breathing, and mine no longer. The house was quiet, guests gone. My son asleep upstairs, clock ticking in the kitchen. I sat on the porch, cigarette in my hand, smoke curling into the dark. The door opened behind me, soft, slow. I didn't turn. I knew who it was. Footsteps on the porch boards. She came closer, stopped a few feet away. "You can't tell him," she said, her voice low, firm, not a plea, an order. I blew out smoke. Didn't look at her. "Why not?" "You know why." I turned, her face pale in the porch light, eyes sharp, but wet, always wet. "You left me," I said. "No word, no reason, just gone." Her jaw tightened. "You don't understand." "Then explain." "I can't." She shook her head. "Not now. Not ever." I stood, stepped closer. "You were my first love." I spat the words. "You said forever." Her lips trembled. "Don't call it that," she whispered. "Not here. Not in front of him. No one's here," I said. "Just us." She looked down, her hands twisted together. She stepped forward, grabbed my arm, nails dug into my skin. "If you say one word," she hissed, "you'll ruin him. You'll ruin me and you." I pulled my arm free. "Ruin him? He deserves the truth." Her eyes burned. "No, he deserves a life, a family. If you tell him he loses everything and me?" I asked. "What do I get?" She blinked hard. Tears spilled. "Nothing," she said. "You get nothing." That's the price. She turned, hand on the doorknob, paused, looked back once. Her eyes begged, her lips pressed tight. Then she opened the door, stepped inside, closed it soft. I stood there, smoke dead in my hand, cold air biting my chest, her words drilling in my head. "You can't tell him." I dropped the cigarette, crushed it under my boot, sat back down, stared into the dark, waiting for morning. Next day, church hall, wedding prep, flowers stacked in buckets. Boxes of candles, guest lists on tables, volunteers buzzing around. I found her alone. Back room, storage shelves, light buzzing overhead. I closed the door. She looked up, startled. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Talk," I said. Her face hardened. "No?" "Emily," I said. "You owe me that." She shook her head. "You don't want to know. I've lived 20 years with nothing but questions." My fists clenched. "You're going to answer." Her lips trembled. She bit down hard, then whispered, "I was pregnant." The words hit like a punch. I froze. Air left my chest. "Mine?" I asked. She nodded, eyes full.
Yes, silence.
Heavy. The buzzing light loud as thunder. Where is?" I couldn't finish. "Where is the child?" Her shoulders slumped. Her mouth shook. "She died." Her voice cracked. 6 months. Fever. I couldn't save her. I staggered back, hit the shelf. Boxes rattled. My knees bent. I grabbed the wood to stay upright. I whispered, "Why didn't you tell me?" Her tears spilled. "My parents. They forced me. We moved. They said you'd ruin your life if you knew. They hated you." "And when she died," I shouted. "When she died,
Why didn't you come back?"
she sobbed. "I couldn't face you. I couldn't face the look in your eyes." I slammed my fist against the shelf. Dust fell. Her shoulders jumped. "All these years," I said, "I thought you left because of me. Because I wasn't enough." I blamed myself. She shook her head. "No, it was me. It was them. But it's too late now. Too late for truth." The door creaked. We both froze. My son stepped in, holding a clipboard, smiling. "Everything okay?" Emily wiped her face fast, turned her back to him. "Fine," she said. "Just details." He laughed. "You two are stressing too much. Relax. Tomorrow's going to be perfect." He kissed her cheek. She forced a smile. He left. Door closed. I stared at her, jaw tight, eyes burning. She whispered, "Now you know. Stay silent." I wanted to scream. I wanted to break everything in the room. Instead, I turned away, put my hand on the door. "Stop." "Was it a girl or a boy?" I asked. Her voice broke. "A girl." I didn't turn back. I walked out, closed the door behind me. Wedding Eve. The house was full of people. Relatives, friends, neighbors. Laughter in every room. Music playing from someone's phone. Glasses clinking. I sat in the corner chair, whiskey glass in hand. Didn't join the talk, didn't join the laughter. Emily walked past me twice. Never stopped, never looked. But I felt her every time, like a knife brushing the skin. My son came over, happy, glowing. "Dad, tomorrow's the big day," he said. I forced a smile. "Yeah." He clapped my shoulder. "You like her, don't you?" He waited. I lied. "She's great?" He grinned. "Best thing that ever happened to me." He walked away. The words cut. Best thing that ever happened to me. Once, she was that for me. Now she belonged to him. Hours later, guests left. The house quieted. Only the ticking clock in the hall. I poured another drink. Sat on the porch. Moon hung low. Air heavy. Silence pressed on me. The door creaked. Footsteps. Emily stepped out, barefoot, her dress brushing the floor, her face pale in the moonlight. She didn't sit close. She stayed 3 steps away. Distance. Safe. Or trying to be. "You ruined my life," I said. The words escaped before I planned them. She flinched. Her arms folded. Her lips pressed tight. "I saved you," she said. You would have thrown everything away for me. I lost everything anyway, I said. Our daughter. You, my chance to know her. Her eyes closed. Tears slipped. She whispered, "Don't." I slammed the glass down on the step. Whiskey spilled. "Don't. That's all you say. Don't." She looked at me. Her face broke. Tears streaked down. "But I'm here now," she said. "I'm here for him." With him. I spat. With my son, sleeping under my roof. Wearing my family's name. Oh, she covered her face with her hands. Her shoulders shook. Her voice muffled. "You think this is easy for me? Then leave," I said. The words sharp, cutting. "You want me to leave?" she asked. Her hands dropped, her eyes red. "You want me to destroy him, to break him the night before his wedding?" "Wes." The word almost left, hung on my tongue, but I swallowed it. Silence burned instead. She stepped closer. Her hand touched mine, her fingers cold. "Promise me," she whispered. "No truth. Not ever, for his sake. For all of us." I yanked my hand away. "No promises," I said. Her breath caught. She turned fast, opened the door,
Paused.
looked back one last time. Her eyes begged. Her lips trembled. Then she went inside. The door clicked. I was alone again. I poured the last of the bottle. Smoked 3 cigarettes back to back. Watched the sky lighten. Birds started singing. Guests stirred inside. The wedding day had come, and I hadn't slept. Not 1 second. Morning came too fast. I hadn't slept. Eyes burning, head heavy, hands shaking. Suit pressed, tie tight. Mirror showed a stranger. An old man with dead eyes. Church filled early. Flowers on every pew. White cloths. Organ playing soft. Guests whispering. I stood near the front, my son in a gray suit, smiling wide, glowing like the world was his. Pride pouring off him, he hugged me. "Thank you for being here, Dad," he said. I wouldn't want it any other way. I forced a nod. Words wouldn't come. Doors opened. Music rose. Everyone turned. Emily, white dress, veil. Flowers in her hands. She stepped slow. Eyes forward, straight to him. I stared, every step stabbed. She didn't look at me. Not once. But her hands shook around the flowers. She reached the altar, stood by his side. The preacher began. Words blurred in my ears. I only saw her. Her shoulders tense, her jaw tight, her lips pressed like stone. "Do you, John Hall, take Emily Carter to be your wife?" "I do." His voice strong, clear, certain. "Do you, Emily Carter?" "Take John Hall to be your husband." Silence. Too long. My heart stopped. She looked at him. At the preacher. Then, for the first time that day at me, her eyes held me, sharp, wet, begging. "Stay silent," she whispered. "I do." The ring slid onto her finger. The kiss of cheering. Music swelled. I clapped, hands numb. Each clap hollow. Reception. Tables crowded, glasses clinking, food served. Laughter rising. I sat at the back, alone, watching. They danced, they smiled, they kissed. My son raised his glass. To my wife, to Emily. Everyone cheered. I didn't. I slipped outside. Cold air, dark sky, silence. The door creaked again. Emily stepped out. Dress lifted from the dirt. Hair loose from dancing. Eyes wet. "This is killing me," she whispered, voice broken. Thin. "Good," I said. I couldn't stop the word. She grabbed my arm. Her tears hit my hand. "You were my first love," she said. Her voice cracked. "You're my last regret." She kissed my cheek. Soft, quick, like a goodbye. Then turned, walked back inside, into the lights. Into his arms. I stayed outside, alone, hands trembling, eyes burning. The music from the hall echoed in the night. I lit a cigarette. Watched the smoke vanish in the dark. The house was empty again, guests gone, lights off. Only me. Suit jacket on the chair, tie loose, shoes by the door. I sat at the kitchen table, bottle half empty, ashtray full, clock ticking too loud. On the mantel, a photo. My son in his suit, Emily in her dress, smiling, happy, perfect for everyone else. I stared at it. Too long. Every second burned. I got up, walked to the mantel, picked it up, glass cold in my hands. I whispered, "She was mine first." My throat tightened, words cracked. No one heard them but me. I set the photo back, face down. Couldn't look at it anymore. I sat again, lit another cigarette, watched the smoke rise, disappear into nothing. 50 years I carried her ghost. One night she came back alive. And now she was gone again. But not to strangers. To my son, to my blood. I wanted to scream. Tell him everything. Destroy the lie before it grew. But her voice echoed in my head. If you say one word, you'll ruin him. And me. And you. I poured another drink. Stared at the dark window. My reflection stared back, old, broken. Silent, I whispered again. She was mine first. This time softer. Almost nothing. Then I killed the light. The house sank into dark. And I stayed silent. Just like she wanted. Just like I always had.